नमः पार्वतीपतये हर 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 महादेव। नमोऽस्त्वनन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाशिशिरोरुबाहवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये निष्प्रपञ्चाय शान्ताय निरालम्बाय तेजसे नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे शिष्यसंसारहारिणे भक्तकार्येकदेहाय नमस्ते चित्सदात्मने। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नमो गुरुभ्यो गुरुपादुकाभ्यो नमः परेभ्यः परपादुकाभ्यः आचार्यसिद्धे स्वरपादुकाभ्यो नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यः। अहङ्कारहिङ्काररहस्ययुक्ता श्रीङ्कारगूढा तमः विभूत्या ओङ्कारमर्म प्रतिपादिनीभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। होत्राग्निहोत्राग्निहविष्यहोत्री होमादिसर्वा कृतिभासमानं यद्ब्रह्म तद्बोधवितारिणीभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। कामादिसर्प व्रजगारुणाभ्यां विवेकवैराग्यनिधिप्रदाभ्यां बोधप्रदाभ्यां द्रुतमोक्षदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। अनन्तसंसारसमुद्रतार नौकायिताभ्यां स्थिरभक्तिदाभ्यां जाड्यादिशंशोषणवाडवाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ अस्य श्री गुरुगीतास्तोत्रमन्त्रस्य भगवान् सदाशिवऋषि नानाविधानि छन्दांसि श्री गुरु परमात्मा देवता हम बीजं सह शक्ति क्रों कीलकं श्री गुरु प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः। अथ हंसाभ्यां परिवृत्तपत्रकमले दिव्ये जगत्कारणे विश्वोत्कीर्णमनेकदे अनिलये स्वच्छन्दमात्मेच्छया तद्योदम्बदशाम्भवं तु चरणं दीपाङ्कुरग्राहिणं प्रत्यक्षाक्षरविग्रहं गुरुपदं ध्यायेद्विभुं शाश्वतम्। सूत उवाच कैलासशिखरे रम्ये भक्तिसन्धाननायकं प्रणम्य पार्वती भक्त्या शङ्करं परिपृच्छति। श्रीदेव्योवाच ॐ नमो देवदेवेश परात्पर जगद्गुरो सदाशिव महादेव गुरुदीक्षां प्रदीहि मे। केन मार्गेण भो स्वामिन् देहि ब्रह्ममयो भवेत् त्वं कृपां कुरु मे स्वामिन् नमामि चरणौ तव। ईश्वर उवाच मम रूपासि देवे त्वं त्वत्प्रीत्यर्थं वदाम्यहं लोकोपकारकः प्रश्नो न केनापि कृतः पुरा दुर्लभं त्रिषु लोकेषु तच्छृणुष्व वदाम्यहं गुरुं विना ब्रह्म नान्यत् सत्यं सत्यं वरानने। वेदशास्त्रपुराणानि इतिहासादिकानि च मन्त्रयन्त्रादिविद्याश्च स्मृतिरोच्चाटनादिकम् शैवशाक्तगमादीनि अन्यानि विविधानि च अपभ्रंशकराणिह जीवानां भ्रान्तचेतसां यज्ञं व्रतं तपोदानं जपं तीर्थं तथैव च गुरुतत्त्वमविज्ञाय ते चरति जनः। गुरुर्बुद्ध्यात्मनो नान्यत् नित्यं सत्यं न संशयः तल्लाभार्थं प्रयत्नस्तु कर्तव्यो हि मनीषिभिः। गूढविद्या जगन्माया देहे चाज्ञानसम्भवा उदयो यत्प्रकाशेन गुरुशब्देन कथ्यते। सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा श्रीगुरोपादसेवनात् देहि ब्रह्म भवेद्यस्मात् त्वत्कृपार्थं वदामि ते। गुरोपादभुजं स्मृत्वा जलं शिरसि धारये सर्वतीर्थावगाहस्य सम्प्राप्नोति फलं नरः। शोषणं पापपङ्कस्य दीपनं ज्ञानतेजसा गुरोपादोदकं सम्यक् संसारार्णवतारकम्। अज्ञानमूलहरणं जन्मकर्मनिवारणं ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं गुरोपादोदकं पिबेत्। गुरोपादोदकं पीत्वा गुरोरुच्चिष्टभोजनं गुरुमूर्ते सदा ध्यानं गुरुमन्त्रं सदा जपे। काशीक्षेत्रं तन्निवासो जाह्नवी चरणोदकम् गुरुर्विश्वेश्वरा साक्षात् तारकं ब्रह्म निश्चितम् गुरोपादोदकं यत्तु गयात्सौ सोक्षयो वटः तीर्थराजः प्रयागश्च गुरुमूर्त्यै नमो नमः गुरुमूर्तिं स्मरे नित्यं गुरुनाम सदा जपेत् गुरुरन्यन्यभावयेत् गुरुभक्त्रस्थितं ब्रह्मा प्राप्यते तत्प्रसादतः गुरुर्ध्यानं सदा कुर्यात् कुलस्त्री स्वपतिर्यथा स्वाश्रमं च स्वजातिं च स्वकीर्ति पुष्टिवर्धनम् एतत् सर्वं परित्यज्य गुरुरन्यन्यभावयेत् अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां सुलभं परमं पदम् तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन गुरोराराधनं कुरु त्रैलोक्ये स्फुटवक्तारो देवाद्यासुरपन्नगाः गुरो भक्तस्थिता विद्या गुरो भक्त्या दुर्लभ्यते गोकारस्त्वन्धकारश्च ऋकारस्तेज उच्यते अज्ञानग्रासकं ब्रह्म गुरुरेव न संशयः ऋकार प्रथमो वर्णो मायादिगुणभासकः ऋकारो द्वितीयो ब्रह्म मायाभ्रान्तिविनाशनम् एवं गुरुपदं श्रेष्ठं देवानामपि दुर्लभम् हा हा हूः गणश्चैव गन्धर्वैश्च प्रपूज्यते ध्रुवं तेषां च सर्वेषां नास्ति तत्त्वं गुरुपदम् आसनं शयनं वस्त्रं भूषणं वाहनादिकम् साधकेन प्रदातव्यं गुरुसन्तोषकारकं गुरोराराधनं कार्यं स्वजीवित्वं निवेदयेत् कर्मणा मनसा वाचा नित्यमाराधयेत् गुरुं दीर्घदण्डं नमस्कृत्य निर्लज्जो गुरुसन्निधौ शरीरम् इन्द्रियं प्राणान् सद्गुरुभ्यो निवेदयेत् आत्मधारादिकं सर्वं सद्गुरुभ्यो निवेदयेत् कृमिकीटभस्मवेष्टा दुर्गन्धिमलमूत्रकं श्लेष्मरक्तं त्वचं मांसं वञ्चयेन्नवरानने संसारवृक्षमारूढा पतन्तो नरकार्णवे येन चैवोद्धृता सर्वे तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः एतवे जगतामेव संसारार्णवसेतवे प्रभवे सर्वविद्यानां सम्भवे गुरवे नमः तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः त्वं पिता त्वं च मे माता त्वं बन्धुस्त्वं च देवता संसारप्रतिबोधार्थं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यत्सत्येन जगत्सत्यं यत्प्रकाशेन भाति तत् यदानन्देन नन्दन्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यस्य स्थित्या सत्यमिदं यद्भाति भानुरूपतः प्रियं पुत्रादि यत्प्रीत्या तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। येन चेतायते हीदं चित्तं चेतायतेनयं जाग्रत्स्वप्नसुषुप्त्यादि तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यस्य ज्ञानादिदं विश्वं न दृश्यं भिन्नभेदतः सदेकरूपरूपाय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यस्यामतं तस्य मतं मतं यस्यानवेदसः अनन्यभावभावाय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यस्य कारणरूपस्य कार्यरूपेण भाति यत् कार्यकारणरूपाय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नानारूपमिदं सर्वं न केनाप्यस्ति भिन्नता कार्यकारणता चैव तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यदङ्घ्रिकमलद्वन्द्वं द्वन्द्वतापनिवारकं तारकं सर्वदापद्भ्य श्रीगुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम्। शिवे क्रुद्धे गुरुस्त्राता गुरौ क्रुद्धे शिवो नहि तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन श्रीगुरुं शरणं व्रजे। वन्दे गुरुपदद्वन्द्वं वाङ्मनश्चित्तगोचरं श्रीस्मरक्तप्रभाभिन्नं शिवशक्त्यात्मकं परम्। गोकारं च गुणातीतं ऋकारं रूपवर्जितं तत्स्वरूपं च यो दद्यात् स गुरुस्मृता। आत्रिनेत्र सर्वसाक्षी अचतुर्बाहुरच्युता अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा श्रीगुरुः कथिता प्रिये। अयं मयाञ्जलिर्बद्धो दयासागरवृद्धये यदनुग्रहतो जन्तुश्चित्रसंसारमुक्तिभाग्। श्रीगुरोः परमं रूपं विवेकचक्षुषोऽमृतं मन्दभाग्यान् पश्यन्ति अन्धा सूर्योदयं यथा। श्रीनाथचरणद्वन्द्वं यस्यां दिशि विराजते तस्यै दिशे नमस्कुर्यात् भक्त्या प्रतिदिनं प्रिये। तस्यै दिशे सततमञ्जलिरेषार्ये प्रक्षेप्यते मुखरितौ मधुपैर्बुधैश्च जागर्ति यत्र भगवान् गुरुचक्रवर्ती विश्वोदयप्रलयनाटकनित्यसाक्षी। श्रीनाथादिगुरुत्रयं गणपतिं पीठत्रयं भैरवं सिद्धौघं वटुकत्रयं पदयुगं धूतिक्रमं मण्डलं वीरान्द्वष्टचतुष्टषष्टिनवकं वीरावलीपञ्चकं श्रीमन्मालिनी मन्त्रराजसहितं वन्दे गुरुर्मण्डलम् अभ्यस्ते सकलये सुदीर्घमनिलैर्व्याधिप्रदैर्दुष्करे प्राणायामशतैरनेककरणे दुःखात्मकैर्दुर्जये यस्मिन्नाभ्युदिते नश्यति बलि वायु स्वयं तत्क्षणात् प्राप्तुं तत्सहजं स्वभावमनिशं सेवद्यमेकं गुरुं स्वदेशिकस्यैव शरीरचिन्तनं भवेदनन्तस्य शिवस्य चिन्तनं स्वदेशिकस्यैव च नामकीर्तनं भवेदनन्तस्य शिवस्य कीर्तनं यत्पादरेणुकणिका कापि संसारवारिधे सेतुबन्धायते नाथं देशिकं तमुपास्महे यस्मादनुग्रहं लब्ध्वा महदज्ञानमुत्सृजेत् तस्मै श्रीदेशिकेन्द्राय नमश्चाभिष्टते पादाब्जं सर्वसंसार दावानलविनाशनं ब्रह्मरन्ध्रेषिताम्भोज मध्यस्थं चन्द्रमण्डले अकथादित्रिरेखाब्जे सहस्रदलमण्डले हंसपार्श्वत्रिकोणे च स्मरेतन्मध्यगं गुरुं सकलभुवनसृष्टे कल्पिता शेषपुष्टिर्निखिलनिगमदृष्टे सम्पदां व्यर्थदृष्टिर्गुणपरिमाष्टे तत्पदार्थैकदृष्टिर्भवगुणपरमेष्टिर्मोक्षमार्गैकदृष्टिः सकलभुवनरङ्गा स्थापनस्तम्भयश्री सकरुणरसवृष्टे तत्त्वमाला समष्टि सकलसमयसृष्टिः सच्चिदानन्ददृष्टिर्निवसतु मयि नित्यं श्रीगुरुर्दिव्यदृष्टि अग्निशुद्धं समन्तातु ज्वालापरिचकादिया मन्त्रराजमिमं मन्ये हर्निशं पातु मृत्युता तदेजति तन्नैजति तद्दूरे तत्समीपके तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तदु सर्वस्य बाह्यता अजोऽहमजरोऽहं च अनादिनिधनस्वयम् अविकारश्चिदानन्द अणीयान्महतो मा अपूर्वाणां परं नित्यं स्वयं ज्योतिर्निरामयं विरजं परमाकाशं ध्रुवमानन्दमव्ययम् श्रुते प्रत्यक्षमैतीयम् अनुमानश्चतुष्टयम् चात्मा तपो वेद देशिकं च सदा स्मरे मननं यद्भवं कार्यं तद्वदामि साधुत्वं च मया दृष्टं त्वयि तिष्ठति साम्प्रतम् अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्ना विराजिता पदाम्बुजः वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो यस्तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते स्वयं य एव सर्वसम्प्राप्ते तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं नादबिन्दुकलातीतं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तदेव चराचरं व्याप्तं येन जगत्सर्वं ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढस्तत्त्वमालाविभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाताय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त सर्वकर्मविदाहिने स्वात्मज्ञानप्रभावेण तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वं ज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरो श्रीजगद्गुरो ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ज्ञानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुपरमदैवतं गुरुपरातरं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सप्तसागरपर्यन्त तीर्थस्नानादिकं फलं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपयोबिन्दु सहस्रांशेन दुर्लभम्। हरौरुष्टे गुरुस्त्राता गुरौरुष्टेन कश्चन तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन श्रीगुरुं शरणं व्रजे। गुरुरेव जगत्सर्वं ब्रह्म विष्णु शिवात्मकं गुरुपरातरं नास्ति तस्मात् सम्पूजयेत् गुरुं। ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं लभ्यते गुरुभक्तितः गुरुपरातरं नास्ति ध्येयोऽसौ गुरुमार्गिभिः। परातरं नास्ति नेति नेतीति वैश्रुति मनसा वचसा चैव नित्यमाराधयेत् गुरुं। गुरुकृपाप्रसादेन ब्रह्म विष्णु सदाशिवा समर्था प्रभवादौ च केवलं गुरुसेवया। देवकिन्नरगन्धर्वा पितरो यक्षचारणा मुनयोऽपि न जानन्ति गुरुशुश्रूषणे विधिं। माहङ्कारगर्वेण तपोविद्याबलान्विता संसारकुहरावर्ते घटयन्त्रे यथा घटा। न मुक्ता देवगन्धर्वा पितरो यक्षकिन्नरा ऋषया सर्वसिद्धाश गुरुसेवा परामुखा। ध्यानं शृणु महादेवी सर्वानन्दप्रदायकं सर्वसौख्यकरं नित्यम् श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं स्मरामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं वदामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं नमामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं भजामि ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि नित्यं शुद्धं निराभासं निराकारं निरञ्जनं नित्यबोधं चिदानन्दं गुरुं ब्रह्मा हृदं भुजे कर्णिकमध्यसन्ते सिंहासने संस्थितदिव्यमूर्तिं ध्यायेत् गुरुं चन्द्रकला प्रकाशं पुस्तकाभीष्टवरं ददानं पीताम्बरं श्वेतविलेपपुष्पं विभूषं मुदितं द्विनेत्रम् मन्दास्थितं सान्द्रकृपानिधानम् आनन्दमानन्दकरं प्रसन्नं ज्ञानस्वरूपं निजबोधयुक्तं योगीन्द्रमीड्यं भवरोगवैद्यं श्रीमद्गुरुं निजमहं नमामि यस्मिन् सृष्टे स्थितिध्वंस निग्रहानुग्रहात्मकं कृत्यं पञ्चविधं शाश्वतं नमाम्यहं प्रातः शिरसि शुक्लाब्जे द्विनेत्रं द्विभुजं गुरुं वराभयायुतं शान्तं स्मरेतं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं शिवशासनत 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 इदमेव शिवं त्वेदमेव शिवं वेदमेव जीवं वेदमेव मम शासनतो मम शासनतः एवं विधं गुरुं ध्यात्वा ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते स्वयं तत्सद्गुरो प्रसादेन गुरुदर्शित मार्गेण मनःशुद्धिं तु कारये अनित्यं खण्डयेत् सर्वं यत्किञ्चिदात्मगोचरं ज्ञेयं सर्वस्वरूपं च ज्ञानं च मन उच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं समं कुर्यात् नान्या पन्था द्वितीयकः एवं श्रुत्वा महादेव गुरो निन्दां करोति स याति नरकं घोरं यावच्चन्द्रदिवाकरो तावदेव गुरुं स्मरेत् गुरुलोपो न कर्तव्य स्वच्छन्दो यदि वा भवेत् ओङ्कारेण न वक्तव्यं प्राज्ञै शिष्यै कथञ्चन गुरोरग्रे न वक्तव्यम् असत्यं च कदाचन गुरुं त्वङ्कृत्य हुङ्कृत्य गुरुं निर्जित्य वादतः अरण्ये निर्जले देशे स भवेत् ब्रह्म राक्षसः मुनिभिः पन्नगैर्वापि सुरैर्वा शापितो यदि कालमृत्यो भयाद्वापि गुरो रक्षति पार्वती अशक्ता हि सुराद्यश्च अशक्ता मुनयस्तथा गुरो शापेन ते शीघ्रं इत्यक्षरद्वयं स्मृतिवेदार्थवाक्येन गुरुं साक्षात् परं पदं श्रुति स्मृति अविज्ञाय केवलं गुरुसेवक इतरे वेशधारिणा नित्यं शून्यनिराकारं निर्गुणं बोधयेत् परं सर्वं ब्रह्मा निराभासं दीपो दीपान्तरं यथा गुरुकृपा आत्मारामं निरीक्षयेत् अनेन गुरुमार्गेण स्वात्मज्ञानं प्रवर्तते आब्रह्मस्तम्भपर्यन्तं परमात्मस्वरूपकं स्थावरं जङ्गमं चैव प्रणमामि जगन्मयं वन्देऽहं सच्चिदानन्दं वेदातीतं तत् नित्यं पूर्णं निर्गुणं स्वात्मसंस्थितं परात्परतरं देयं नित्यमानन्दकारकं निराकाशमध्यस्थं शुद्धस्फटिकसं प्रतिमारूपं दृश्यते दर्पणे यथा तथात्मनि चिदाकारम् मात्र पुरुषं चिन्मयं हृदि तत्र स्फुरति भावोय शृणुतं कथयम् अगोचरं तथागम्यं नामरूपविवर्जितं तद्विजानीयात् स्वभावं ब्रह्म पार्वती यथा गन्धस्वभावेन कर्पूरविमादिषु शीतोष्णादिस्वभावेन तथा ब्रह्म च शाश्वतम् कीटभ्रमरवत्तत्र ज्ञानं भवति तादृशं गुरुज्ञानं तथा कृत्वा स्वयं ब्रह्ममयो भवेत् पिण्डे पदे तथा रूपे मुक्तो सो नात्र संशयः श्रीपार्वती उवाच पिण्डं किं नु महादेव पदं किं समुदारितं रूपातीतं गौहं एतदाख्याहि शङ्करम् श्रीमहादेव उवाच पिण्डं कुण्डलिनी शक्ति पदं हंसमुदारितं रूपं बिन्दुरिति गेयं रूपातीतं च पिण्डे मुक्ता पदे मुक्ता रूपे मुक्ता वरानने रूपातीते द्वये मुक्ता ते मुक्ता नात्र संशय स्वयं सर्वमयो भूत्वा परं तत्त्वं विलोकये सर्वमेतन्निरालय तस्यावलोकनं प्राप्य सर्वसङ्गविवर्जितम् एकाकी तत्प्रसादतः लब्धं वा तनलब्धं वा स्वल्पं वा बहुलं तथा निष्कामेनैव भोक्तव्यं सन्तुष्टचित्तः सर्वज्ञपदमित्याहुर्देहि सर्वमयो बुधः सदानन्द सदा शान्तो रमते यत्र कुत्रचित् यत्रैव तिष्ठते सोऽपि सदेश पुण्यभाजन भूतस्य मया उपदेशस्तथा देवी गुरुमार्गेण मुक्तिता गुरुभक्तिस्तथा ध्यानं सकलं तव कीर्तनम् अनेन यद्भवेत् कार्यं तद्वदामि महामते लोकोपकारकं देवि लौकिकं तु न भावये लौकिकात्पर्णवं ज्ञानी तु भावयेत् सर्वं कर्मनिष्कर्म यत्कृतम् इदं तो भक्तिभावेन पठते शृणुते यदि लिखित्वा तत्प्रदातव्यं तदा सफलं भवेत् गुरुगीतात्मकं देवी शुद्धतत्त्वं मयोदितं भवव्याधिविनाशार्थं स्वयमेव जपेत् सदा गुरुगीताक्षरैकं तु मन्त्रराजमिमं जपेत् अन्ये च विविधा मन्त्रा फलां नारन्ति षोडश अनन्तफलमाप्नोति गुरुगीता जपेन तु सर्वपापप्रशमनं सर्वदारिद्र्यनाशनं कालमृत्युभयहरं सर्वसङ्कटनाशनं यक्षराक्षसभूतानां घोरव्याघ्रभयापहम् महाव्याधिहरं सर्वं विभूतिसिद्धिदं भवेत् अथवा मोहनं वश्यं स्वयमेव जपेत् सदा वस्त्रासने च दारिद्र्यं पाषाणे रोगसम्भवात् निन्यां दुःखमाप्नोति काष्ठे भवति निष्फलम् कृष्णाजिने ज्ञानसिद्धि मोक्षश्रीव्याघ्र च शासने ज्ञानसिद्धि सर्वसिद्धिस्तु कम्बले कुशैर्वा दुर्वयाति आसने शुभ्रकम्बले उपविश्य ततो देवी जपेदेकाग्रमान् न्यायं शुक्लं च शान्त्यर्थं वश्ये रक्तादनं प्रिये अविचारे कृष्णवर्णं पीतवर्णं धनादम् उत्तरे शान्तिकामस्तु तस्य पूर्वमुखो जपे दक्षिणे मारणं प्रोक्ता मे च धनम् मोहनं सर्वभूतानां मोक्षकरं भवेत् देवराजा प्रियकरं सर्वलोकं वशं भवेत् सर्वेषां स्तम्भनकरं गुणानां च विवर्धनं दुष्कर्मनाशनं चैव सुपरमासे फलदायकम् सर्वत्र अवैधव्यकरं श्रीणां सौभाग्यदायकं सदा आयुरारोग्यमैश्वर्यं पुत्रपौत्रप्रवर्धनं कामता स्त्रीविधवा जपान्मोक्षा अवैधव्यं सकामातु लभते चान्यजन्मनि सर्वदुःखभयं विघ्नं नाशये च भारत यं यं चिन्तयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चितम् कामितस्य कामधेनु कल्पनाकल्पपादपा चिन्तामणिश्चिन्तितस्य सर्वमङ्गलनाशम् मोक्षहेतुर्जपे नित्यं मोक्षक्रियामवाप्नुयात् भोगकामो जपेत् तस्य कामफलप्रदम् जपेक्षाक्तश्च सौरश्च गाणपत्यश्च वैष्णवा शैवश्च सिद्धिदं देवि सत्यं सत्यं न संशयः हरिहरालये शक्तिदेवालये गोष्ठे सर्वदेवालये मठे वृन्दावने तथा निर्वेदनेन मौनेन जपमेतं समाचर श्मशाने वयभूमौ तु वटमूलान्तिके तथा सिद्ध्यन्ति दौतरे मूले च्यूतवृक्षस्य सन्निधौ गुरुपुत्रो वरं मूर्खात् अद्यन्ति नान्यथा यो वा कर्माणि सर्वाणि दीक्षाव्रततपांसि च संसारमलनाशार्थं भवपाशनिवृत्तये गुरुगीतां वसिष्ठानं तत्त्वज्ञा गुरुते सदा एव च गुरुसाक्षात् सदा सद्ब्रह्मवित्तमा तस्य स्थानानि सर्वाणि पवित्राणि न संशयः सर्वशुद्ध पवित्रोऽसौ बाध्यत्र तिष्ठति आत्मस्थयानो वा गच्छन् तिष्ठन् वदन्नपि अश्वारूढो गजारूढ सुप्तो वा जागृतोऽपि वा रुचेस्माश्च सदा ज्ञानी गुरुगीता जपेन तु अस्य दर्शनमार्गेण पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते समुद्रे जायता तोय क्षीरे क्षीरं घृते घृतम् परमात्मानि लीयते ऐक्येन रमते ज्ञानी यत्र तत्र एवमेव महामुक्ता सर्वदा वर्तते बुधः तस्य सर्वप्रयत्ने भावभक्तिं करोति सन्देहरहितो मुक्तो भवति पार्वती मुक्तिमुक्तिद्वयं तस्य युवाग्रे च सरस्वती अनेन प्राणिना सर्वं निरोगीता जपेन तु सर्वसिद्धिं प्राप्नुवन्ति मुक्तिमुक्तिं न संशयात् सत्यं सत्यं पुनः सत्यं धर्म्यं संख्यं मयोदितं गीता समं नास्ति सत्यं सत्यं वरानने एको देव एक धर्म एकनिष्ठा परं तपः गुरुपरातरं नास्ति माता धन्या पिता धन्यो धन्यो वंशाकुलं तथा धन्या च वसुधा देवी सुदुर्लभा शरीरम् इन्द्रियं प्राणाश्चार्था स्वजनबान्धवा माता पिता कुलं देवी गुरुरेव न संशयः अकल्पजन्मनां कोट्या जपव्रततपक्रिया सर्वं सफलं देवी गुरुसन्तोषमात्रदा विद्यावन्तं मन्द्रभाग्याशये नरा कुर्वन्ति सत्यं सत्यं ब्रह्म विष्णु महेशश्च देवर्षि पितृकिन्नरा अन्येऽपि मुनयो जनाः गुरोभाव परं तीर्थम् अन्यतीर्थं निरर्थकम् सर्वतीर्थाश्रयो देवी पादाङ्गुष्ठंश वर्तते जपेन जयमाप्नोति चानन्तफलमाप्नुयात् हीनकर्म त्यजन् सर्वं स्थानानि च दमानि च जपं हीनासनं कुर्वन् हीनकर्मफलप्रदं गुरुगीतां प्रयाणेव सङ्ग्रामे रिपुसङ्कटे जपं जयमवाप्नोति मरणे मुक्तिदायकं सर्वकर्म च सर्वत्र गुरुपुत्रस्य सिद्ध्यति इदं रहस्यं नो वाच्यं तवाग्रे कथितं मया सुगोप्यं च प्रयत्नेन मम त्वं च प्रियातिथि स्वामी मुख्य गणेशाद् विष्णुवादीनां च पार्वती मनसापि न वक्तव्यं सत्यं सत्यं वदाम्यहम् अतीव पक्वचित्ताय श्रद्धाभक्तियुताय च प्रवक्तव्यमिदं देवी ममात्मासि सदा प्रिये अभक्ते वञ्चके धूर्ते पाखण्डे नास्तिके नरे मनसापि न वक्तव्य गुरुगीता कदाचन संसारसागरसमुद्धरणैकमन्त्रं ब्रह्मादिदेवं निपूजितसिद्धमन्त्रं दारिद्र्यदुःखभवरोगविनाशमन्त्रं वन्दे महाभयहरं गुरुराजमन्त्रम् इति श्रीस्कन्धपुराणे उत्तरखण्डे ईश्वर-पार्वती संवादे गुरुगीता समाप्ता। श्री गुरुदेव चरणार्पणमस्तु। नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे संसारः भक्तकार्ये कदेहाय नमस्ते चित्तदात्मने निर्वासनं निराकाङ्क्षं सर्वदोषविवर्जितं निरालम्बं निरातङ्कं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् निर्मलं निरहङ्कारं समदोषाशुभक्षणं समदुःखसुखमधीरम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् आत्मानम् एकविज्ञाय तत्त्वतः वितरागभयक्रोधं नित्यानन्दं जीवनामामि चेत् एवमेनाय सन्तुष्टम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् सकल्पनामन्त्रम् आत्ममुक्ता सनातना इति विज्ञाय सन्तृप्तं न कर्मणां कामसङ्कल्पवर्जितम् एयोपादेयहीनं तम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् यो योगी सुखं भोगं न वञ्चति यादृशालभसन्तुष्टं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् यस्य विक्रियते मनः आत्मक्रीडम् आत्मानम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् स्वप्नवद्योऽवतिष्ठते निश्चिन्तं चिन्मयात्मानं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् प्रियं नास्ति नास्ति अस्य शुभाशुभं वेरद्यान् विवर्तम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् जगत्पश्यन्ति चिन्मयम् नित्ययुक्तं गुणातीतं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् मत्रेण पवते भुवनत्रयं पावनं जगमं तीर्थम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् वपुचं सरपूर्णम् अखण्डानन्दविग्रहम् स्वप्रकाशं चिरानन्दम् नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् निष्कलं निष्क्रियं शान्तं निर्मलं परममृतं गणेशपुरीवासिनां योगपूर्णं तपोमूर्तिं प्रेमपूर्णं सुदर्शनं ज्ञानपूर्णं मूर्तिं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम्
दुर्जना सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जना शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत बन्देभ्यो मुक्तशन्यान् विमोचयेत् स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण मही महिषा ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी शस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु सर्वकामानवाप्नोतु सर्वत्र नन्दतु स्वस्ति मात्रा उत पित्वेणो अस्तु स्वस्ति गोभ्यो जगते पुरुषेभ्यः विश्वं सुभूतं सुविदात्रं नो अस्तु युगे वदृश्येम सूर्यम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति आरती करो सदा गुरु की करो सदा गुरु की प्यारे गुरु वर की आरती करो गुरु वर की आरती करो सदा गुरु की करो सदा गुरु की प्यारे गुरु वर की आरती करो गुरु वर की जय गुरुदेव अमल अविनाशी ज्ञान रूपं नरके वासी जय गुरुदेव अमल अविनाशी ज्ञान रूपं नरके वासी पग पग पर दे प्रकाश जैसे किरण दिन कर के आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सदा गुरु की करो सदा गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो गुरुवर से शरण तुम्हारे आए अमृत से मीठे फल पाए जब से शरण तुम्हारे आए अमृत से मीठे फल शरण तुम्हारे क्या है छाया रक्षा करो आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सदा गुरु की करो सदा गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो पूर्ण प्रकाश योग ज्ञान के अटल प्रवाह ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाश योग ज्ञान के अटल प्रवाह जय गुरु चरण सरोज मिटा दी गुर की आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सदा गुरु की करो सदा गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो अंधकार से हमें निकाल आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सद्गुरु की करो सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो गुरुवर की विवेक कराया भव सागर से पार लंघाया संशय मिटा विवेक कराया भव सागर से अमर प्रदीप जला कर कर निशा दूर इस तन की आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सद्गुरु की करो सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो गुरुवर की जो बीज अभेद बताया आवागमन विमुक्त कराया वेदो बीज अभेद बताया आवागमन विमुक्त धन्य हुए हम पाकर धारा ब्रह्म ज्ञान नील जग की आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सद्गुरु की करो सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो करो कृपा सद्गुरु जग तारण सतपथ दर्शन भ्रांति निवारण करो कृपा सद्गुरु जग तारण सतपथ दर्शन भ्रांति निवारण जय हो नित्य ज्योति दिखलानी बाले लीला धर की आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सद्गुरु की करो सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो गुरुवर की नित्यानंद है सद्गुरु जादा शक्तिपात के दिव्य प्रदाता मुक्तानंद है सद्गुरु दाता शक्तिपात के दिव्य कर के वास गणेश पुरी भवबाधा हरने जन की आरती करो गुरुवर की आरती करो सद्गुरु की करो सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करो गुरुवर की ओम चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं नादबिन्दु कलातीतं तस्मै श्री गुरवे सतनाम महाराज की जय। काले दुर्गे नमो काले दुर्गे नमो नमः। काले दुर्गे नमो नमः काले दुर्गे नमो नमः काले दुर्गे नमो नमः काले दुर्गे नमो 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 काले दुर्गे नमो काले दुर्गे नमो काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो काली दुर्गे नमो नमः 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 काली दुर्गे नमो काली दुर्गे नमो नमः 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 काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो काली दुर्गे काली दुर्गे नमो नमः 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 काली दुर्गे काली दुर्गे नमो नमः 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 काली काली दुर्गे नमो नमः 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 नमो नमः काली दुर्गे 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 नमो नमः काली काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
ओ काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः 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 काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः काली दुर्गे नमो नमः
काली दुर्गे नमो नमः Shruti, just one moment. Just stand up. Yes, stand up one moment. Bring the whiteboard. डब्बा भी लाना पड़ेगा. 2 minutes. शशांक के तुम्हारे सारू दिवस चलेगा ये. पानी है नहीं. हाँ सर. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. We have with us today Swami Jayananda Bharti. Jayananda Bharti. So I request Devyani to offer him a muffler, I thought, Swamiji. And normally everybody gives a shawl. So I thought, well, bisa. We thank Shashank for bringing Swamiji here to us today. Shashank sent a message to Devyani some days ago. He met Swamiji at his hospital, I think, at work. And as soon as you mentioned the names of Nityananda, Muktananda, people who have been seekers for a long time on the path go, oh, I know him, or I met him. And so Shashank wrote Devyani, so Swamiji wants to come. So Swami Devyani said, so bring it. So last night she said, Shashank is going to bring Swamiji here with us today. And it's a special week beginning because we have Praveen Bhai Gandhi, originally from Bilimora and Valsad district, met Baba Muktananda, now currently living in Dallas, Texas, long ways from Bilimora. So he's also here for Navaratri. He also makes sure to visit me once a year. We get a little bit of feedback. In India, spends time in the ashrams, spends time with his family, travels with us, kind of like Umesh. But Umesh is, now people know, wherever I go, Umesh is there. Praveen hasn't quite reached that status yet, but working towards that. Then we have Payal Desai, who is also visiting from Valsad. She's the younger of the lot, youngest maybe I should say, of this lot. Visiting US for the first time, I think. And then I told her then stay on for a bit, so she's going to stay on. She's from the insurance industry. Her father, uncle, met Baba Muktananda. They started Satsang way back in the 70s in a little village called Hanuman Bagada. And this whole village actually kind of followed Baba because Krishna's great-grandfather was one of the people who took Baba there. His mom comes tomorrow. Jyoti from Mumbai comes. Devyani is like, okay, where are we going to put all these people? So I said, it's okay. If they understand an ashram is like a mela. Baba Muktananda is to say it's like a jatra. You come, you participate. He said, all you have to do is find a place to sleep. Eat you will get and find a place to. He would say it, shit. Tatti karne ko, khane ko, sone ko jagah chahiye. And he said everything else is manageable. So if you're busy in the program that will happen here of Navaratri, then you just need a few moments to do all these other things as well. If you get cold, you can close the door, okay? I'm okay. Last night we were sitting, I think around 8 p.m. Devani was telling Lavarji how wonderful his puja was yesterday and how everybody enjoyed it. We hope those for whom the puja was done enjoyed it. Their pictures are still there in the temple. I told Lavarji, let it remain. So wherever the subtle aspect of the soul is, and in the Indian tradition, and I think I heard Devani telling her stepmother that I believe that Halloween here in the USA was probably something similar. Mexico has Day of the Dead. Europe has All Saints Day. So these were all traditions that existed, and hopefully priests like Lavarji and those who are being trained through Sri Muktananda Sanskrit Mahavidyalaya continue this tradition so it does not become a hallmark tradition, meaning a one-day celebration, but it becomes like this is a 15-day celebration. And I call it a celebration. I know some people got tears in their eyes yesterday, which I thought was not necessary. But, we think in North India, they believe that you should cry. I don't know why. But I was thinking the Indian calendar throughout the year, beginning in April, which is when the Indian calendar begins with Chaitra Navaratri, every so many days there is a festival celebrating something or the other. And I don't think there is any time throughout the year that we don't have a celebration. And some people say, Hamara desh utsav priya hai. Our country, India, is festivals are dear. And I think there's a book called Nitya Karma Puja Prakash. It is for the Karma Kand, ritualistic aspect of the human life. The Upanishads have 80,000 mantras which are from Karma Kanda and then 20,000 for knowledge. So 80,000 purificatory mantras. So in the introduction, the individual says, a human being is taught, at least in the Indian tradition, that there are 21,600 times that he takes a breath in and out. And in those 21,600 times, he must make sure to remember the divine, to remember the mantra. And so we take an hour to meditate, to chant, to do puja, but we still have 23 hours left. And in those 23 hours, there are some things that are a necessity. Those things that Baba said, sleep, eat, shower, use the bathroom. That takes up maybe an hour. But then there are still 22 hours left. So those 22 plus 1, 23 hours have to have the divine inculcated as part of the human life. 23 hours, actually it's 24 hours, but in the Indian tradition, 1 hour is technically taken for puja. And so 23 hours, instead of just being left, as I shared last week, and Chet was telling me today, he's turned 67, and he said, I don't know what I should do, meaning retire or continue working. So I said to him, our CPA said last week, I'm 77 and I don't want to retire. I don't want to watch soap operas. I don't want to play golf. I want to do something with life. I want to do something with life. And it's wonderful to hear that in this modern society, that I want to do something with life other than just play golf or watch soap operas. And that is what the introduction of the Nitya Karma Puja Prakash says. A human being should, in his lifetime or her lifetime, in one's lifetime, figure out what is it that I'm going to do? How am I going to become aware of this divinity? So I often think Swamijis like this, tapasvis, yogis, Brahmin priests, throughout India are sitting somewhere, meditating, studying the scriptures, doing japa, doing meditation, letting that spanda, that vibration, go into the land, go into the bhumi. And I would say that in my travels over the last 40 plus years, as I've gone to different countries, such places existed even in what we call the Western world and modern society. But as time went on and people became more and more modern, the sadhus became less, meaning the monks and brothers became less, priests became less, and corruption came into the system. And you'll find a quote of Charlie Chaplin, I think it is. It's in my notes somewhere. Almost 100 years ago, talk about corruption. So it's not today that capitalism has spoiled us. He's talking about when capitalism began, probably around the Second World War. And what is it that humans need to do? Close the door. So, what is it that humans need to do? So here we are today in 2024. You have to unlock from the back of the door. Go, keep going. Shruti, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. See on the bottom of the door? I just see people starting to bundle up, so I'll try to be kind. So here we are in 2024, and when Lavarji did the Shraddha yesterday, a lot of people signed in, sent the pictures. A lot of people were physically present, and I think for over an hour and a half we did this ceremony. First, offering oblations to the divine. In what direction, Devyani? East. We were testing Devyani last night. So offering east in the Indian tradition is because the sun rises in the east. So Surya Namaskar, sun salutations is done to the east. East is where the energy comes from. So east in the Indian tradition is considered sacred, considered divine, considered special. If you notice our Srinivas, Namaste, face east, so the morning sun comes in to the house, you open the door, you let those rays come in and get rid of all the bacteria and germs and viruses. That is what I have read and I have been told. The second oblation was to the rishis, and the direction was north. And in India, again, north is sacred because the Himalayas are up in the north. So you meditate facing north, facing east, or a combination of both, which is northeast. Good. I'm just checking, making sure that you have your act together. So it's called Ishanya. Ishanya, the corner of the divinity. The third oblation he offered to was to the south, to those who have gone on, to the ancestors. Lavarji calls them divine beings because now they are not human, they're not in this physical form, they are in some other world. They could be here amongst us today, but as far as we know, for us, in the form that we know, in the way we know, they have gone on. So, Devyani asked Lavarji, because Tarapan or Pindadan is done with the thumb. We will learn that when we take sannyas because we perform our own death ceremony. So, I think he said that this is for Tirtha, and this somewhere here is for the Deva, and then this Rishi, and then that is for the ancestors. It's quite a science. Like I am Saraswati, Swamiji is Bharati. We come from the same matha, and for those interested, right on that office door is a whole explanation of the Mathamna. So when we did Adi Shankara's Jayanti here in May, I talked a little bit about culture. I talked a little bit about holding on. Because what weakens society today is breaking away from culture, is breaking away from roots. So when I talk about that, in the modern society, there existed these traditions that we talk about today coming from India. Because I visited a monastery in Madrid or near Madrid, and it was on the outskirts of the city. And our Indian host who took us there said, years ago, a monk lived here with his disciples. All that is there today are ruins, and weddings take place, destination weddings, in that old monastery. There's still in north of Barcelona, a place called Montserrat. Monks live there, people pray there, and the goddess there is the Virgin Mary, is the black goddess. And it's a place that many people go as a tourist, because that's what's become today. But there are still people who go there aware that the goddess is alive there. And the goddess is alive there because in their tradition, they have brothers, swamis, who are praying, who are meditating, who are leading the service. This is all a prelude to where I'm going to, okay, just in case you're wondering where I am. Devani said to talk about Navaratri. She said inspire them to come. That is her job. She will do that. But I'll give you a basis of why you should come and what is it. Because I thought we begin, I forgot the Mangalacharan, so we'll do the first, second, and the fifth chapter of the Chandipat. Kadgam chakra gadeshu chapa parigan. बराबर ना? Bhusham shulun Shankadatim karaistri nayanam Karvanga bhusha vritam Nilas madhyutimasya pada dashakam Seve mahakalikam Yamastau sapite harau kamalajo Hantum madhum kaitavam Akshastrakvarashum gadeshu kulisham Padpam dhanushkundikam Dandam shaktimasim cha charma jalajam Gantam surabhajanam Shulam basa sudarshane cha dadatim Hastai prasannananam Seve sairibhamardhinim yamaha Lakshmim sarojastitam Ganta shulahala nishanka musale Chakram dhanusayakam Hastabjay dadatim gananta vilasa Shitam shutulya prabham Gauri deha samudbhavam ti jagatam Adhara bhuta maha Purva matra saraswati manabhuje Shumbadir daityadinim. These are the shlokas with which the first chapter to Durga, second chapter to Mahalakshmi, and the fifth chapter to Saraswati. These are the three prominent forms that are known to each and every one of us. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. The chant we did today, Kali Durge Namo Namaha, is to honor and share the Devi amidst us today. So, Devyani said to speak about Navaratri, so I will try. So when I left her, then I sat for an hour and a half, just thinking about what to say. So I think Niteshwari said it will be our 64th Navaratri this year, 62nd Navaratri this coming week, and I'll also be 62. So she said it's a coincidence that we started in Shanti Mandir in 1994 with our first Navaratri with Ramchandra Bhatt, and then taken over by Anantalavar Shastri. So here we are. Just a few days ago, I was with somebody and they said, oh, in our tradition we have, so many names of God. In our tradition we have so many names of God. I paused for a moment, I didn't say anything, and then I said, and we have 1,000 names. And the person as he walked away said, and you have 1,000 names. So we have one name, we have 9 names, we have 300 names, we have 1,000 names, and everything in between. For all of you looking confused, like what? What are you saying? I'm not making this up. So there's the one name, which is the Shakti, worshipped as Navadurga. We'll come to that. And then in here also is the Shradhanama Prakshami Shunashwa Kamalanane, the 100 names. And then in Lalita there is Trishati, there's 300 names. And then every evening we chant the Lalita Sahasranam, the 1,000 names. And the way I look at it is, this is life. And all of these names are associated with life. Activities that you do in your 24-hour, when you begin to understand, when you begin to look at the names, and you begin to realize that when I get out of my smallness, of my silliness, of my mediocre thinking or thought process, and I become this magnanimous person. And I begin to realize what I want to do is channel the energy of the divine, the Shakti, and offer it to the universe. The quality that often comes to my mind is Saumya, is Mridu, gentle and soft. And that's how human beings should be and must be. Modern day society thinks that that cannot be and that you'll be walked all over. And so we are trained in this way to walk over gentle, soft, kind human beings. But when you begin to look and see who you are attracted to in life, you will see that you are attracted to gentle, soft, loving, kind human beings. So when I looked up what is energy in the English thesaurus, it talked about movement, it talked about efficiency, it talked about intensity, it talked about power, it talked about spirit, it talked about stamina, it talked about strength, it talked about toughness, it talked about vitality. So when you think, even in the English language, these are just few that I picked up. I'm sure if I researched more, I could have found more. That energy, Shakti, is movement. So last week, if you remember, we talked about dharma and adharma, and we had sattva, raja, and tama. So to live life with dharma, doing the right things, and not to live life with adharma, not doing the right things. To slowly become free of tama and rajas, of darkness, inertia, and activity, to come to a place of purity. And so, karma, akarma, vikarma. Karma is action, akarma is inaction, and vikarma is forbidden action, action that we should not perform in life. So when you begin to think of how complex life is or how complicated life is, you realize that the way to make it simple also is not so simple, but the way to make life simple is to stay with dharma and to stay with sattva. Don't go towards adharma, don't go towards tamas, darkness. Stay with the light, stay facing east, stay towards the rising sun, and stay tall, stand tall like the Himalayas. So when life starts to stagnate, move ahead. Don't get stuck in one particular place. Keep moving. Keep, today in all our phones we get every so often. What do you get? Yes. What did you say? Software updates. So to avoid the junk, to avoid the virus, to avoid the problems that could happen, the company offers us software updates. And somebody told me, make sure you do the updates, because the updates is to fight the virus, to fight the bacteria. So Shraddha, Navaratri, then Deepavali, then Kartik Purnima, I can go on, the list goes on. All of these are software updates. Is how I look at it, just that way we're talking about it right now. So all of these are software updates. So every 15 days in the Indian tradition, in the bright side of the moon, from the day after the new moon till the 9th day, 10th day, or up to the full moon, you can celebrate Navaratri every month. So don't just think, okay, once a year and it's enough, twice a year it's enough. No, you can do it every month. So 9 days of your month are gone. So you're left with 30 minus 9 is how much? 21. 21, 22, depending on. It's a 30-day month, 31-day month, or a 29 or 28-day month, a leap year. So that means you have to now figure out what to do with those 21 days. Now, of course, you meet Lavarji, he'll keep you so busy. I often share, one of the students Lavarji brought, Bhaskar, when he lived with us and studied, he one day proposed that we should have free time, meaning the Vidyarthis, the students should have free time. And I said, free time for what? The free time, as you say in English, is devil's workshop, right? Idle time is devil's workshop, because when you're doing nothing, then you're either watching soap operas or your gizmo or your device, not doing something productive or useful. So we talked about Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Mahakali is time, the use of time. Durga eliminates that which is not necessary. Lakshmi brings in abundance. And then Saraswati gives us wisdom. So when you think of our life and society today, Kashmir Shaivism describes it as Ayam Shakti Daridryo Mala Avritta Samsari. Who is a person who's bound in this world and who keeps going round and round and round. It says, one who is devoid of Shakti, which is mostly everybody. It's there, but they are not in touch with it. Just like there's power in the battery, but the battery needs to be recharged. So Shakti is there, the energy is there, that vitality is there, but that energy and vitality needs to be recharged. But it's not recharging because Tamas and Rajas are more active and Sattva is not as active as it should be. Now, how quickly we decide to sleep in and how difficult it is to decide to wake up. I'm not going to ask you to raise hands or anything, but just think to yourself, each morning you can wake up. Unfortunately, you do. What happens if you don't wake up? So you're fortunate that you wake up. So wake up, the scripture tells us, earlier than later. And use those few hours of the early morning to do something beneficial. Do your pranayama, do your hatha yoga, do your meditation, do your prayers. Do all of those things in those early hours of the morning. So when the sun arises, in the Indian tradition, we offer water or arghya to the sun. which is the last part of the worship. Because that means by then everything else is done. There are some people today who take great pride in saying that I didn't shower till noon today. Or some people who say I never showered yesterday, as if it's a great achievement in life. Seriously, people do say that. I'm not making it up. That, there was nothing to do today. So you imagine that person, that 24 hours of his or her life is just gone. Because they never reset, never began their next day. They're carrying forth from the day before. So we have to think to ourselves and ask. As we celebrate Navaratri, the Jewish people celebrate Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And every year, it comes at the same time. Except in the Indian tradition, every third year, we have an extra month. So that year, then it goes off. But otherwise, Rosh Hashanah this year and Yom Kippur and Navaratri are the same time. So every night, I think they light a candle, if I'm correct, right? They light a candle? That's Hanukkah. Okay. That's Christmas time, right? Oh no, something. Anyway, so light a candle somewhere, some form or the other. We'd need a Jewish mystic to explain to us, because these are all half Jewish people here. So, seriously, because all these traditions are so steeped in knowledge and wisdom that sometimes I think you pick up a book, you read a little bit, and then from that little bit you think you know so much. You actually, as the different poet saints say, when I hang out with someone who knows, I realize I know nothing. When I hang out with someone who knows, I realize I know nothing. So this mystical power, Shakti, energy, when we implement the teachings the sages, the Sadguru has given us, when we implement the teachings, then that divine spanda, the vibration, arises. The sage gives us a mantra, a sound that has power, and we repeat that mantra again and again and again. It purifies the bhava or the intention of the individual. The cleansing takes place. And then as you become established in the repetition of the mantra, your bhava, your intention becomes purified. Then things become possible in life. Possibility is positive. There's a positive attitude towards what is possible. At the same time, we surrender to the divine. Not so easy. Yoga Sutras talks about it. You find every scripture talks about surrender to the divine. So all of this is a process. There's that Shakti. You begin to follow the teachings, the practices the Guru, the sage gives you. You begin to become immersed in it. You become established in it. You become established in it. That produces a positive vibration, a positive spanda inside of yourself. Think, Ekabhakti, listen to me. Yes, stop playing with your mother. So this is what we tend to do, all of us. We start to play with toys. These are all toys. And the distraction of the mind takes place. We sit here in the chant, we sit here in satsang. We miss an important aspect because we're busy fixing our clothes. We're busy looking, oh, Divyan is wearing burgundy today, not pink. And so this mind gets distracted by all these things. And it goes towards rajas and tamas without even realizing how it has moved away from sattva. And I want to say here, what I offer is a generic prescription, okay? And by that I mean, each one is an individual who has specialized needs. And you have to figure out that specialized need of yours. I think that's enough soya milk for today too, unless that's water. I said that's enough of whatever you're drinking because it's distracting me. Thank you. These are all things I want all of you in Satsang to understand. When I take an hour every Sunday, and I have put forth effort to think what I'm going to share with you. Each one of you is a distraction. Each one of you who does something other than that which is happening is a distraction. Seriously. And so this, again, I don't know what he's drinking, soya or water, but again, it's a new fad that we have in our time today. I don't think Swamiji grew up, and all of you elders who grew up here, that I also don't like it when this is here, but it's what's become of us today. We think, we have Florian who comes from Germany. He carries his water bottle like this. And his mother says that's his security, his water bottle. And we all do that. We all have our securities that we need. But these are all external securities. They do nothing for us. Now, please don't misunderstand me, any one of you sitting here, and don't try to go and explain to any one of them of what I said. Try to understand yourself first of what I'm trying to share here. It's about Navaratri, the 9 nights of the goddess of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. The first 3 days are Durga, the next 3 days are Lakshmi, the next 3 days are Saraswati. And this ends with Dashahara. Your 10 senses, organs of action, your 5 organs of action, your 5 senses. Victory has been gained over them by the divine. Because what distracts each and every one of us is through the mind, the 5 senses and the 5 organs of action. So what we want to do is bring them. Self-control, self-discipline. So every time that mind goes out, along with it goes the senses, along with it goes the organs of action. And so you want to withdraw the mind. I don't know how many lifetimes it takes. I don't know how many lifetimes it takes to withdraw the mind. How many lifetimes it has taken to go out? 8,400,000 species that we have lived before we became a human being. So I often have shared that if you imagine that you even brought one samskara from the 8,400,000 species, just one, wow, 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 one meow, meow. These are the sounds I can make, So even if I've brought one of those animal samskaras into my human life, and the sage is telling us, be divine. And we're like, wow, it's like, and we are like, for a moment, yes, I can be, oh. It's like, well, it's not. So the question arises for each and every one of us. How do I, when do I, can I experience that divinity? Baba Muktananda reminded us, Aap mein hi aap hogar aapka Ram rehta hai. Within you, as you, dwells divinity. Within you, as you, dwells divinity. Now just think of this. Become established in this understanding, in this knowledge, in this wisdom, that within me, as me, dwells divinity. So what stops me? What limits me from being that divine being that I am? From being, how can I update? How can I move ahead? How can I uplift myself? The sages tell us, Atma Vikasa, development of the individual. And it's not easy. Because what you have to create is a daily practice. What is called swadhyaya or abhyasa. A daily practice. So no matter how the body and the mind feels, no matter how the body and mind feels. That practice is important. Because one day, second day, fifth day, 10th day, 20th day, you don't even realize how many days have just gone. And then to restart, you come to a Swamiji and say, give me blessings. Give me good blessings. Give me powerful blessings. Give me excellent blessings. So I ask people, why these adjectives to blessings? So that means there is a gradation of blessing. Think. We don't even realize when we say this. हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, अच्छा से आशीर्वाद देना. And then they'll bring the child even further and say, now put your hand on the child. And the child looks at you and you look at the child and realize how idiotic the parent or the grandparent is. Because we both realize how stupid this whole exercise is. Because the child has already come, he's already pranammed, he's already smiled, he's already done. Today we have M&Ms, Devyani has. So he's already taken his M&Ms. Of course he comes back for the second helping of M&Ms, he or she. But the parent, in their own, whatever, ignorance, thinks to themselves, whatever they think. So, I'm not being negative for anybody who thinks I am. I'm trying to be positive, but I'm trying to also display to yourself, where is it? You know, like you take the vehicle to the mechanic and you say it makes a noise. I'd written early on here. Nature is constantly changing. Okay, you go to the mechanic, you say the vehicle is making a noise, and the mechanic says, okay, leave the vehicle, I'll check it out. So we also make noise. Our body. And so we come to the priest, we come to satsang, we come to find out what is the cure for my illness. And so if you come for Navaratri for these 9 days, you'll just sit here. The morning is Chandipat, the evening is Lalita Sahasranam, and you'll sit there in the book, and you'll be like going through the pages, and there is an index that they give you, and then it's like you're like, and so now we've got Lawarji going. When he goes to the next chapter, he goes, what is it? Chapter 1. And then he says it in Spanish too. What? Capital uno. No, capital uno, I think, right? So he practiced in Argentina when he was there. So now at least if you're lost in the middle of the chapter and just, whatever, at least when he announces the next, that's of course provided that you even understand. When he says chapter 7, that means you got to open that page that says chapter 7. I'm not joking, because I see people, chapter 7, what is chapter 7? They're like, and then they're looking at the next person. That next person is just as lost as you are, and they're looking at you, like, and then they look at you like you are also just as lost, I am also lost. Then they put their book down and they close their eyes. Because they can't find the chapter. And then we have people who can't even sit for the chapters. Every few minutes they have to go, and they have to go. And the body gets disturbed, the mind gets disturbed. You get agitated, your neighbor gets agitated. And where does all of this come from? It comes from that early on in life, I never disciplined myself. Modern day society today tells you do whatever you want. I say no. That's indiscipline. So, contemplate, think to yourself. There's been storms. This is a hurricane storm. So, whenever you hear a weather reporter, he says to you, there is a storm developing. in the Caribbean, in Florida, in Texas, and we're watching the storm. And here we are on the East Coast. We have nothing to do with it. But we also begin to watch the storm as if it's going to come all the way up here. And then, it's like I was reading somewhere the other day, in Finland, there is no small talk. In the Finnish language, there is no small talk. Except when they begin to learn to study English, then they learn small talk. Because English teaches you that if you do small talk, you learn English quickly. So we say, how are you? And we feel horrible. We say, wonderful. Fine. But let me tell you. And then you go, oh no. Because you don't really want to know, how are you? And you don't really want to know, let me tell you. But that story goes on, then the bhava, the intention becomes confusing. And so here we are, some 40 plus years later, celebrating Navaratri. So Devyani, can you help? You have it in your notes if you want, but you can just write. Oh, he's put the board the other way. No, it's too high for you, no? So, for those who actually worship the goddess, there are 4 Navaratras. The first, which is Chaitra Pahila Diwali. Chaitra, Vasant. पेन चलता है चैत्र स्लैश वसंत स्लैश इंग्लिश में स्प्रिंग अच्छी लगा ना स्प्रिंग Then there are 2 that are not known to many, and I think it's more in North India, correct, than anywhere else. And then you'll find people doing those, what is known as Maga, nahi, Chaitrananta Ashadi hoil, Ashad. Next line, yeah. Ashadha. Adha. And this is normally in June, July, I think, in parentheses. Huh? आपल्याकडे ग्रीष्म आहे इकडे नाही ते पण चालेल. He's saying they can write summer. Yeah. Lavarji is getting creative.
All the afterthoughts.
Ma? Apply here, na? Sharad. Then Sharad. शरदचं दुसरं काय नाव आहे हे अश्विन तर महिन्याचं नाव झालं अश्विन नाही शरद या फॉल Sept. Actually, it's autumn. Yeah, that's correct. Then there is Magha, M-A-G-H-A. Mag, M-A-A. You can put a line over the M-A, Mag. The second, yeah. January, February. काय हेमंत काय झालं हेमंत काय झालं सीझन विंटर झालं चला विंटर घेऊन टाकू हेम म्हणजे बरफ झालं ना हेमंत बरफ So it's 4. 1, 2. So all people interested in knowledge, in information rather, I should say. So these are, we do the first and the third, which is Chaitra, Vasant and Sharad. Not just we, but everybody all over the world. Actually, they do the most that you will see is the third one, which is in September, October. Next year it's in September, this year it's in October. And again, because the month, we follow the moon calendar, Hindus, Muslims, Jews. The Christians only follow it at Easter time. Yes, they do, because Easter is the only date, if you notice on the Christian calendar, that changes. The moon has its own cycle, the sun has its own cycle, and all of these things, as much as we want to deny it, our life revolves around all of this. So I always tell people, for as smart as you think you are as a human being, one strong wind can pick you up. One big force of water can drown you, even with a life jacket. I think I'm correct in that, correct? So therefore you pray to the goddess, first of all, to keep you wise, so you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right time, depending on how you look at it. And that grace, that blessings, that umbrella of protection is what all of this is. So when Devani said yesterday, inspire everyone to come, so I thought, okay, that's one sentence, inspire everyone to come. So now I have to fill the other 59 minutes. So in these 59 minutes, I thought, share with you to give you an understanding of bringing about stillness and quietude and peaceful within. Because when we look at our society today, it's very disturbed. And it's disturbed because in the Indian tradition, okay, if this is a pole, and to the pole is tied an animal. And that animal is tied so that that animal stays within the boundary. So when you think of a human, and a human is tied to the divine. The human is tied to the divine. So when he's tied to the divine, the individual has boundaries. The individual knows when to stop behaving the wrong way, the adharmic way. So why we are lost today? Because nobody is giving us the limitation, the boundary. And not in the wrong sense, don't misunderstand me, because modern day people misunderstand when they think, why do I need boundaries? Why do I need limitations? Yes, we all need to know when the mind goes astray, how to bring the mind back. When I'm lost, because see, we are a bundle of emotions. We are a bundle of thoughts. We are a bundle of feelings. And all of this, when you think of Shakti, what were all those words that I said to you early on? Efficiency, intensity, power, spirit, stamina, strength, toughness, vitality. This is all energy. This is movement. Efficiency. Make your life efficient. Make your life intense. Make your life powerful. Make your life filled with spirit. Have stamina. Don't say, I'm tired today, I don't feel like doing anything. That's a waste of your day. A whole day is lost in which you have not achieved anything. Baba Muktananda would disapprove of you 1000%. Because that strength, that toughness, that vitality. And it doesn't come from vitamins. Because many people will say that. And you didn't get that. Vitality, vitamins, okay? Vitamin, whatever. Because it's like we get so caught in, oh, I know why I feel like this is because I didn't take my vitamin today. No, it has nothing to do with any of that. You haven't. The first goddess that is worshipped in the Rig Veda is Usha, is dawn. So with that rising sun, so should your energy rise. So when you think of these Navaratras, and again, like I said, the sages wanted to keep the human tethered to the divine, tied to the divine, united to the divine. So he gave practices which have to be done every day. Baba Muktananda often sang a verse from Saundarya Lahari. The very first one, it says, Shiva Shakti Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum Na Chedevam Devo Na Kalu Kushalaha Spanditumapi Atahatvam Aradhyam Harihara Virchinchara Api Pranantum Stotum Va Katham Akrita Punyaha Prabhavati. It's sung in the Shikarni Chanda. I have not practiced, so Baba would love to sing it. Shiva Shakti Yukto. Now some of you might say, when did Baba sing it? Well, listen to his talks, and you'll find him singing it. The meaning is very simple. Joined with Shakti. Shiva Shakti Yukto. Lord Shiva is capable of creating this universe. That consciousness is capable of creating this universe. Otherwise, even Shiva without Shakti is not able to move. Shiva without Shakti is not able to move. So, Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, all of them you'll find in the Chandi part, adore the Shakti, worship the Shakti. Brahma has Saraswati with him to create this universe. Lakshmi is with Vishnu to sustain this universe. Parvati or Durga or whatever the name is you want to associate with Shiva is there with Shiva to finally dissolve the universe. So it says, O goddess, if I don't acquire merits, how can I even offer salutations to you? O goddess, if I don't acquire merit, punya, how can I even offer salutations to you? So when you begin to think of all of this, when you begin to realize, there is so much in each and every one of our lives. So for all of you sitting there going, oh my God. No, don't get overwhelmed. Become excited. I want you to go home excited, and Devyani will continue the excitement afterwards. She laughs. So every day that you wake up and you think, oh no, another day. Find a mantra that gets you ready for the day. I don't know if you have one or not. It's not coffee. It's not orange juice. It's not whatever you have for breakfast. No. Something far greater than that. Not your cup of tea. So like some people say, I wake up, I need my thing, the first thing in the morning. No, that's the last thing. There's much more to life than that. But that's what TV commercials have made it, that's your first go-to. I think Vineet, long time ago, if he remembers, a couple years, maybe 4 years ago, said he had a friend whose son ate his cereal and looked at the box at the same time, correct? I forget if he was reading the ingredients or he was reading the joke. Read the story. So the child ate the cereal, and then because that's what he had seen in the commercial, is read the story. And in the Indian tradition, it is what? Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati. that you raise your hand and then you say the goddess Lakshmi, goddess Saraswati, Brahma. And then before you put your feet on the floor, on the earth, you ask permission from the earth that I will be walking on you all day long. Today I'll be a burden upon you. Think, from reading the commercial or whatever it is on the cereal box, or thinking as an adult that I need my cup of coffee to get my day going, or if you do other things like smoke, etc., you think I need to light up. The sage tells you, no, connect to the divine. And that will keep you going. Our CPA, for those of you, he walks, what is it, Divani? Camino de Santiago in Barcelona. So it's not an ordinary person who thinks, I don't want to retire, I don't want to play golf, or I don't want to watch the soap operas. For a long time that we've known him, I don't know now, but in the early days, he would walk regularly on the Camino de Santiago, which is, I think, almost a month-long walk, which begins somewhere in the south of France and brings you towards the ocean. That's the Spanish name. She's showing off now. So, it's a walk. It's a walk on which you meet pilgrims. It's a walk on which you discuss with people something about life, on how to be tethered to the divine. So, I'll end with, there are 9 names of the goddess that is sung. Prathamam Shailaputriti, Dvitiyam Brahmacharini, Tritiyam Chandraghanteti, Kushmandeti, Chaturtakam, Panchamam Skandamateti, Sashtam Katyayiniti cha, Saptamam Kalaratricha, Mahagauriti Chashtamam, Navamam Siddhidatri cha, Navadurga Prakirtitaha, Uktani Etani Namani, Brahmanaiva Mahatmana. So I said, no, 1 name, 9 names, 100 names, 300 names, 1,000 names. So these are 9 forms. If you look up, Shanti Mandir Magod one time got Sharda Baba students to dress up in these various forms, because each one of them wears a different colored sari. There's also a discussion, about color. Why the modern society has just gone on to one monochrome color versus being colorful. What is the fear of color? Why have we gone to monochrome? Whereas life, if you look at it, is filled with color. If you just look at nature, especially now, in this fall season, you'll see there are so many colors. And even when you think just of the color green, and you look out there, you see that there is no one green. There are so many shades of green. So when you think of how wonderful is nature and how beautiful it is, then why do we want to be not colorful? So when you think of this, that there is Shailaputri, who is the daughter of the mountain. There's Brahmacharini, who is always in penance, always meditating. Chandraghanta, the crescent moon, the Kushmanda, which Lavarji will say is the pumpkin that he offers on the last day. Here it says it could be the universal egg. Skanda Mata, the mother of Skanda. Katyayani, the sage of daughter, the daughter of sage Katyayani. Kalaratri. Baba used to talk about this. Kalaratri, Maharatri, Moharatri. Anyway, so much if you really want to know, and start reading, start understanding, start contemplating, start pondering, and begin to realize that life is not just whatever the word is that comes to your mind. Devyani says life is not to be wasted. So how did I say? Stop wasting time. Stop. What was the other thing? Huh? Stop. Yes, but there was something I said in April. Stop doubting. There you go, Michael. Thank you. So stop wasting time. Stop doubting. Follow the instructions. That's well and good if you can do that. That's what our Mary Hamra, Mexican yoga teacher, would say. Listen to the instructions. See where you are on your mat. Do as you are told. The modern society does not like any of these instructions. Do as you're told. We say, no way. I don't want to do what I am told. Where I am on my mat is where I am on my mat. What does it matter to you? Well, it matters. If I'm driving in the car with you or next to you, around you, where you are in your lane matters to me because I want to pass you. But if you are not in your lane, then it's difficult to pass. I was telling Vinay when he drove us, I think a few weeks ago back from Manhattan, I said, when we learned driving here in the US, we were always told when you pass somebody, then go back to the second lane. Correct? Leave the passing lane for those who want to pass. But you'll find many people today with their device sitting in the passing lane. He was not with the device, but he thought, I'm passing, you know. I'll tell you a joke about him. Tell a joke. Which one? I often share this for those who love animals. I think it's just wonderful because I love animals. We were in Colorado, I think it was 2015. And we were at Jeff's family ranch, and we had 6 horses there. And everybody was going to go riding the next day. So they brought 7 more horses. Fernando, who was with us, who breeds or raises horses, takes care of horses. And his daughter, Elaine, works with children and horses because animals are excellent therapy for human beings. So he said to me, he said, now watch. These 6 horses already have a leader. Those 7 horses already have a leader. Now 6 and 7 is 13. So 13 horses need 1 leader, not 2. So there will be a meeting that will take place between the 2 leaders and the group. And it will be decided who will be the leader. Imagine, this is in animals. I'm talking about horses. For all of you humans who think you are so smart and you can't even choose a leader. Look at you. I won't even discuss that. But and look at your leaders, for example, what you have created. So anyway, the horses have 2 leaders, and the 2 leaders have to decide who tomorrow or whenever it is will be the leader. And so, however they decided, I think it's usually through necking. I've seen that in dogs. They decided who the leader would be. And the cowboy who's going to ride them knows, or has figured out, who from those 2 is the leader. So when he rode that horse that was the leader. And then, I think I was behind him. Behind me was Devyani, and behind Devyani was Vinay. And interesting enough, for those of you who know Vinay, you know Vinay, okay? And the horse he got was just like him, wants to be in the fast lane. And so the cowboy said to him, this horse is number 4, but he'll always want to get ahead. The horse in front will kick if he doesn't listen. And imagine again, this, when you think of nature and the science that is there in nature. Anyway, I laughed because I thought, here's Vinay, he'll always want to be the first horse, yes, on the horse that also wants to be first. But he's at number 4. And his whole exercise, the cowboy told him, is to make sure that horse stays in its lane. The horse stays in its place at number 4. It will try to go, but remember that the horse in front will be ready to kick. So your job as a rider is to make sure it stays in place. I don't know who was more successful, Vinay or the horse. But Devyani was lucky that her horse did not kick Vinay's horse because she was on the third horse. And I was talking about this, about staying in the lane. That in our society today, to stay on the mat, to stay in the lane, to stay disciplined, we find it so difficult. We think that that's losing my freedom, but it's not really losing my freedom. It's giving you definition in life. So when we become Swamis, we get a whole set of rules. And throughout your life, what you want to work towards is becoming those definitions, becoming clear within yourself. So you don't go past your guru, for example. You never become greater than your guru. No matter how big you may become, you always remember, surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. And that surrender is a great quality. Surrender to the divine is a great quality. So let each one of us, not just during this upcoming Navaratra, but all of the various Navaratras, think. It's very easy. Even you can write on there, drikpanchang.com, D-R-I-K. On the net, there is, Panchang it's all one word. For those interested in the moon cycle, in understanding, in whatever city, anywhere that you live in the world, these young people from Ujjain have created this site. You put in your city, and it tells you P-A-N. Pancha Anga. P-A-N. P-A-N. Pancha. P-A-N-C-H. There are 5 things that make it Pancha. 5 angas, 5 limbs. That's a whole another talk that I have somewhere in my notes. You can see Lavarji. He can explain to you in Hindi and Marathi. Umesh will translate into English. So you can go to this website. There's a lot of information. And of course, then you can either get more confused or more clear. And my desire in sharing anything with you is not to create confusion. Is to only offer you information that will bring clarity into your mind. And if you don't understand the first time, it's okay. When you are in nursery and in kindergarten, you don't know what a 12th standard or 12th grade person knows. A 12th grade person doesn't know what the master or the doctor, PhD knows. And the doctor and PhD also doesn't know what a 50-plus year old PhD doctor knows. Understand all that? So what you don't know at 5, it's okay. That's how much you know at 5 years of age. What you know at 10 years is not more than you knew at 5 years. You just know that at 10 years. What you know at 100, 10 times more, is you know that you know nothing. And we have enough seniors here who will share that with you. So I thank them for their presence. Thanks, Swamiji, for being present here this morning and for all of you. This is all about Navaratri, okay? To come. And before we sing, I think, Devyani, you should say. Where's her mic? You cannot take that. No, all your... Huh? Sit and say.
Gurnath Maharaj Ki Jai. So, as Gurudev shared with us so beautifully about Navaratra, I want to invite everyone to come, and if you come, make a commitment. So if you can't come for all 9 days, come for a few days. If you can't come for a few days, come for the first day, which is the installation ceremony on Thursday. We begin at 9 o'clock a.m. This entire room here will be transformed into a home, a residence for the Devi and all of us to reside for those 9 days. It's always miraculous. It's always mystical. It's always beautiful. It's always abundant. And not just not just externally, but that which takes place on the inside. So we can think of it as a personal retreat for each one of us, a personal retreat for ourselves, a personal retreat for the mind to have something greater than itself to become absorbed in. So whether that's the conch, the bells, the mantras, the recitation of the Chandipat, as Gurudev said, we'll be invoking all of those names. So 1, 3, 300, 1,000 names, all of that energy will be invoked here. And when we come and we sit, the objective is to allow the mind to just let go, allow the mind to give up, allow the mind to surrender and to become part of that universal consciousness, to experience that so that we can remain there in the experience of the self and feel what it's like that to be magnanimous, to have that Vishal Man, that expanded mind, that expanded heart, that expanded being. So, and if you can't, so, and then also there's Ashtami and Navami, so that I think is on the 10th and the 11th, which I believe is Thursday and Friday?
11th and
or Friday and Saturday?
11th and 12th.
11th and 12th.
Friday. Huh?
It's all in the calendar that we just mailed out to everybody. What is it?
11th and 12th. He said.
11th and 12th. So 11th and 12th. And also during that whole experience of Navaratri, we'll also be celebrating Gurudev's birthday, which is a week from today, October 6th. So we'll all be here celebrating that with Kirtan, also a delicious bandara, so for everybody to partake. So give yourself the gift of experiencing Navaratri. And also I say we're very fortunate, and I keep repeating this over and over and over again because we don't know what takes place in the world with travel, with health. So many different things are, surfacing for so many different people. So while we still have Lavarji able to travel here between Lavarji, Navinji, and be able to hear those mantras day in and day out, day in and day out, morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening, individual pujas, honoring of Lakshmi, honoring of Saraswati, the fire ceremonies, partake in it all. It's a feast for the mind, it's a feast for the soul, it's a feast for our hearts, and to be able to experience that divinity and to really become tethered to what Gurudev said, to the divine. So really, really, really a heartfelt welcome to everyone to share this experience of Navaratri during these 9 days. We start on Thursday, October 3rd at 9 a.m., and we'll finish on October 13th. So,
12th.
or 12th.
And the 10th and 11th is the fire. You're right.
Is,
Yeah.
okay, no. Is the 13th the Sunday or the Monday?
13th is the Sunday, is the music concert.
Got it, okay. Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And then 15th,
And then
16th, 17th.
Sattvic cooking class from October 15th, 16th, and 17th. And that's on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that will be conducted by Prabal Mishra and also by Ingrid. So we'll have a lot of wonderful Indian dishes, all of the various recipes, and our experience of sharing prasad together, learning how to make prasad, and then also all of the ice creams. And we have wonderful flavors again for this year that Ingrid's always so creative with. So that'll take place during the 15th, 16th, 17th. On the 17th is the full moon, which is Baba Muktananda's the full moon. And then on October 19th, we'll have the Global Meditation Intensive. That'll be on the 19th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then on October 20th, it'll be Gurudev's farewell satsang. So please make sure to join us for any and all of the upcoming programs. And with that, we'll conclude with
Jota se Jota.
Jota se Jota. से ज्योत जगावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंतर तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो। हे योगेश गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंधार तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो। हम बालक तेरे द्वार पे आए, हम बालक तेरे द्वार पे आए, मंगल दरस दिखावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंतर तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो। शीश झुकाय करे तेरी आरती, शीश झुकाय करे तेरी आरती, प्रेम सुरा बरसावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंधार तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो। अंतर में युग युग से सोए, अंतर में युग युग से सोए, चित्त शक्ति को जगावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंतर तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो। साची ज्योत जगे हृदय में, साची ज्योत जगे हृदय में, सो अमनार जगावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंतर तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो। जीवन मुक्त आनंद विनाशी, जीवन मुक्त आनंद विनाशी, चरणन शरण लगावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंधार तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो, मेरा अंधार तिमिरा मिटावो, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगावो। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, Chaham bhakta kirtana kare, bahe prema darya, chahan hari shravana kare, satya loka se aaye, sab kuch diya apne, metta karunya namaskar ki, metta karun jod mein dono haath, namaskar ki, metta karun jod mein dono haath. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru